team. Sai on the hover for now, but yeah, Koi's team comp is just so teamfight heavy. I can't remember the last time I was sad not to see an Aatrox locked in. But I
takes.
How long is that Q from coming off cooldown? He used it to get into this, but Bush knows there's no Warden with Caps going forward, even though Larsson's low. There's nowhere for Caps to go. Does still have the flash, will hold on to it. Marang flash follows though. Needs a slow here. One more auto would be enough. Permafrost. And down to an icy tomb for Caps.
He always does it, man. Malrang always does it.
Recall or some sort of recall off in this bottom lane. With the strut on the MF, you can get back to the lane so much quicker. You can see Compony sitting on the Doran's blade, whereas this double longsword dagger as Caps caught out again in the mid lane. Chaos Storm coming down. Caps, you've got nowhere to go. And we would just be chipped away. The death rate from Larsson is the 99% sure. They were greeding for a plate in the bottom lane. It was about one hit away from dying. And Trimby just overstepped a slight bit because of it. Depth charge going down onto Trimby. Comp though trading back onto Mickey with Malrang on his way. And Flash, Glacial Prism, a possibility. Mickey has Flash. Instead he goes for Hans Summer. Only lands the slow Hans Summer. Only the exhaust on him. And because he doesn't have that escape tool, he will die in the bottom lane.
What an early game.
They weren't expecting Malrang to collapse, which is a little bit of a surprise because they did actually spot him in vision in mid lane. It was a possibility, but regardless, G2 get punished.
Oh, Nature's Grasp being used here. Marin's going to try and block it for Larsson. Does exactly that. Larsson rooted underneath the tower, though, somehow surviving for an absolute Aeon, but in the end, Yike will get G2 on the board.
Looks like he got hit by one of the roots.
You look at the bottom of your screen and you can see gold advantages being built up all across the board for Koi, which is why they currently sit at about a 1.4k gold.
This tower to try to get as much damage on it as possible.
Where they can also try and catch out Mickey as he tries to roam up, and that's exactly what they do. Bullet time coming out, Comp down to about half HP, but already Mickey has fallen. Caps coming in from the side. Marin's going to try and flash across this wall, but the bullets chase him home. Caps now in the midst of the cam. Storm will fall as well. Cannot survive Trimby's assault. Hans Summer trying to do what he can. Yike's going to join the party. They'll go for Larsson. Hans Summer trying to get on the board again. A second for him in the fight. Koi forced to retreat down towards the bottom side. Can Trimby get away? Yike looked for the slow from the Nature's Grasp, but couldn't quite find it. The Bramble Smash, in fact, the slow from the Make It Rain won't be enough. Comp and Trimby looking for something, but no one from G2 oversteps, so they'll back away. They don't have vision on the river either. Now, Trimby stayed here.
What's going on here?
Comp's going to get hooked. Trimby looking for the tide away from behind. The Nature's Grasp coming out as well, but Trimby's on the wrong side of dodge. Bullet time into the roots. Lands his mark, and Hans Summer gets his third. Make it his fourth of the game. G2 on a tear.
Massive blunder by Koi's bot lane as well. What are they doing? Comp's just trying to run past the wave. Caps is in trouble. Malrang.
Caps still has the flash here. Glacial Prism's going to come out, and Caps flashes it. Saved it.
The hooks. And then Trimby flash ults, misses the Q, there's no follow-up, Comp's too far away. It was just so messy.
This mid is guaranteed to fall in the next few minutes. Bot lane is also very low. As I say that, there's that mid tower dropping. But, you know,
easy mistake.
That would have been a colossal mistake.
Understandable mistake.
But
gameplay sim was so
it's
similar.
funny because it was actually Kadril that, because he often goes so far. Hang on, hook.
Onto Malrang. Depth charge onto Larsson as well. TP's coming in. Nature's Grasp coming in from the side as well. Malrang trying to get away. Trimby eats the rope, but look at the damage! It's a bullet time and it sends them all to hell. Larsson has to flash away. Caps still on the chase, but G2 just find everything in the top lane.
And you see the beauty of the MF in this comp when Maokai can get the ult onto multiple targets. The follow-up is always there. Koi was playing good in the early game, finding these small leads, but now G2 are starting to run away with the fights. Yeah, faith in the bot lane of G2 and finding the young guns of Yike, and even Koi similarly in Shigenda, finding that aggressive style in these lanes or in the jungle that can bring a different style. Koi.
Nature's Grasp comes in. There's the knockback as well with the cask. Instead, Malrang will fall. But Shigenda gets onto the backline, and now it's all on Koi. What can you do? A beautiful Na means that Caps will fall, but Koi still retreating underneath their tower. Hans Summer falls away so low. One more auto would be enough, but they just can't get in range. G2 will walk away wounded, but they'll walk away.
The engage initially was good.
I'm not sure if Hans Summer even went back to base. I feel like he just lifestealed everything back.
He's got blood.
I mean, this is one of the big things. Koi coming in as his replacement, Comp rather coming in as his replacement, but we're setting it for this fight.
Well, Mickey just hooked the wall there. I think he wants to engage though.
Shigenda just went into mini Na. TP coming in. There's a Nature's Grasp once again. Malrang will be on the front line. He goes in. They step forward, but the bullet time hasn't even been used yet. Caps on the back line just assassinates Trimby. Now Comp is next up. You can cleanse all you want, but you can't cleanse death. The ultimate CC for Koi as they are forced away once again.
He sets up the team to kill Comp, and G2 walk away with 3 kills, the Baron and the game.
Then Caps just solo kills Trimby, knocks Comp into the rest of the team. does insane work for G2 there, and we've got another
Mickey.
fight here. Mickey's getting caught.
Very deep. TP coming out as well from Broken Blade as they look to join the fight. Nature's Grasp into the bullet time! Dodge that, Koi! G2 just cleaned them up in the jungle. Koi thought they found something, but all they find is an early grave as they are wiped away once again. Shigendo will fall. Caps is just tower diving 2 towers here. Broken Blade wants a piece of the party. Take notes, he says, as he forces Trim.
No one can stand inside of it, and they can't work with any space here. G2 are just suffocating them out of every part of the jungle.
And now the Dragon spawning in 23 seconds as well. G2 have taken everything, and it all stands.
Direct onto the MF, maybe they could find a miracle. But what's their dive? It's a Gnar TP flank, a Sejuani ult hitting. Despite the amount of frontline that G2 have, they're kind of grasping at straws there. So G2 are just going to get the siege going. Make sure Broken Blade and Mickey are just in front of Hans so he can work with space. Make sure he can walk up. And we'll see what Koi can do on this last defense.
No TP flank for Shigenda. His teleport still on cooldown. Inhibitor tower falls in the bottom lane as Koi look for some last vestige of hope. Some last light at the end of the tunnel. It might just be a game 2 angle for them. As Comp puts the culling down, but Mickey can tank that for quite a while. Look for the hook there. Once again, the minion meets an early grave.
Maybe the Infinity Edge is what Koi's waiting for here. They don't want to pull the trigger just yet, but G2 definitely do.
There's the Nature's Grasp once again, looking for the inhibitor here. Tidal Wave used. Won't hit the bullet time. It was just wide. Larson taken out in the midst of it all as Hansama gets another one on the board. And now Comp is up.
It's over.
Mickey continues to land the hooks. Trimby forced to flash away. Hansama diving the inhibitor tower. And as you say, K-Drop, it's all done, but the Nexus falling. It's all over. But the final death knell here for Koi. 3 members strong, they can try and defend, but G2 are tanking the towers and their minions will keep the backdoor bonus alive. Broken Blade forces Malrang away, the Nexus towers fall, followed by the Nexus. G2 unwilling to end it yet, they want a little more time in the spotlight, time in the sun.
They're farming
They're farming KDA. You see Hansama with a smile on his face, and what a smile it should be. A dominant performance from G2 as they take game 1 of this best of 5.